It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. Coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to upstate New York and Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. We are bundled up. This should be a fun one. So glad you're with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, we love watching and calling snow games, but you played in weather like this. What's it like?
Oh, man, there is nothing better. Kind of brings you back to your roots of having a snow day, a day off of school, and just get all your buddies in the neighborhood and just go play outside. But in all seriousness, it actually really benefits the offense. I mean, people always are questioning the passing game and whatnot. The offense knows where they're going. It's on the defense to react, and that's where the footing and that's where the snow really has its biggest effect. I think today, for both teams, advantage offense.
The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start. And through the snowflakes, off we go here on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. 1st and 10. Burrow gonna open by putting it up. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase, and it'll be 3rd down. Play action now. It's Burrow. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Cole Bishop.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is James Cook. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
So they've made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the first quarter, but that was their third attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. I think you got to start looking elsewhere. You don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through him.
On third down, it's Allen. He's got it inside the 5. To the goal line and in. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Buffalo.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. And he missed it. No good. The footing makes kicking very difficult. The snow perhaps playing in to that missed extra point. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Charlie Jones now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to possess the football for the second time. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Matt Milano there to stop him. Here's a 2nd and 6. A carry here for Brown. And he'll manage to get to the 33. Matt Milano there to stop him. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From out of the gun here on 3rd down. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single 1st down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait to their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bills offense ready for their 2nd possession. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Allen working from the pistol. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, they'll call on Brad Robbins here to punt. Charlie Jones, the return man for the Bengals. And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. A hit, and he has lost the football. And the defense has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. But now a marker comes flying in late behind the line of scrimmage. Might we get a roughing the passer call here? Now Allen on 1st down. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dawson Knox. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on. Yeah, so I think, Mike, this is one of those decisions where the conditions and the elements definitely come into play. I think in a normal day of clear weather, this coach makes a different decision in this situation. But here, I can totally understand why he decided to be aggressive and go for it on 4th down.
The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. But they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 1st down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. That'll march them back half the distance, and they'll go from there. They bring the tight end in motion. Burrow here on 2nd down. That's to his tight end, Eric All. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now, Burrow. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Bills have got it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The Bills offense ready to get back at it. They'll start in the red zone already. This drive beginning at the 20. Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. In motion, Shakir. From the gun, Josh Allen. Now he'll run. And he's in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills extend their advantage to 13-0. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run here with Brown. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This is away, and it's a very good kick. Angled toward the sideline. The Bills offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Allen. This one caught by Khalil Shakir. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target, no catch, and now 4th down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. That one's on Orlando Brown, Jr. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Taken in by Gesicki.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
2nd and 11. On the ground, it's Brown. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Big Ed Oliver there on the tackle. It is 3rd and 10. Burrow. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The Bengals ready to punt this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And he steps into this one, gets off a big kick, angled for the sideline. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Allen going to make the read and hold on here. Oh, he coughs up the football. The Bengals have got it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball, because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
Here's Brown. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Now Brown. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Burrow. That is caught. Finding Higgins. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing is Burrow. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. They'll try to set up the screen with Moss. And they'll mark him out at the 8, but it is enough to set up 1st and goal.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the 1st down.
Burrow now. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
2nd down, Burrow. You'll find Brown out of the backfield. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense, and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force fourth down.
I'm not sure if there is anything more enjoyable for a football player than playing a game in the snow. And something for us to keep in mind throughout the rest of the day is typically the advantage is in the favor of the offense. You know where you're going. You know where the cuts are going to come. The defense has to react to you. Can they find a way to take advantage?
Oh, looked like he mishit it. He missed that one from short range. No good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
I can tell you firsthand, Mike, snowy conditions are tough for everybody, but they can be especially tough on the kickers. You just can't practice this. There's nothing you can do to simulate your plant foot, the ground. In this case, it winds up no good.
They'll start on the ground with Cook. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Geno Stone with the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Once again, it's Cook. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll send the tight end in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
Let's call it for what it is, Mike. I mean, right now, this team is winning in spite of him. Certainly not because of him. And what's really concerning is that's the most important position on the team. And if they are able to hold on and they do pull this game out, it could wind up being one of the most poor performances we've ever seen in a winning effort that I can recall in a long time.
Too much leg there. That one's into the end zone for a touchback. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get this past the 25, out to the 27. A pickup of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Burrow. He'll find Andre Yosibas. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Burrow to throw. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd and long. Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. The task now a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he will have a 1st down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. Here's Burrow. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. We are through one. The Bills with the early advantage. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. So after that safety, it is a free kick, and that comes from the 20. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Allen will throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the gun, it's Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
To throw again, it's Allen. He runs with it. A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field, and that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. They'll run straight ahead with Cook, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Allen. A pass taken in by Johnson. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
They send the tight end in motion. Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. The ball's out. The Bengals have got it. Into space. Past the 40. To the 20. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. And he missed it. No good. The footing makes kicking very difficult. The snow perhaps playing in to that missed extra point. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense ready to take over once more. It was their defense doing the part. Now they'll get the offense an opportunity to put up some points. This drive starts 1st and 10. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
Moore going in motion. They'll go play action here with Allen. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Now Allen gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. All out, and lucky for this quarterback, saved him 4 points by falling on the ball.
Absolutely, Mike. I mean, that could have been even worse than it turned out. I mean, not only to get the strip sack fumble in the end zone, but fortunately for this offense, they fell on it, and it only leads to the 2 points.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Burrow fires quick to Higgins. Here's 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Taron Johnson up to make the tackle. Second and 7. They bring Chase in motion. Burrow here on 2nd down. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They bring Chase in motion. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
These are the kind of plays that give running backs bad names. I mean, there's nothing fancy about this. You're wide open, the ball's on target. He just flat out dropped it.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now, Burrow. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
They bring Chase in motion. Back to throw, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
First and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
And he'll be taken down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this is a guy that you do not want to have to tackle in space. I mean, the footwork, the agility, the ability to go side to side and then still have the burst and explosiveness to pick up big yards. I mean, this guy is a handful.
They've got it at the 8, 1st down and goal. To throw is Burrow. He'll get that to all his tight end. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Burrow. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
On is McPherson for the extra point. And that is no good again. It'll be his second missed extra point of this afternoon. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. And that kick goes out of bounds right away, and that is a big mistake because that ball's going to be marked beyond the 40-yard line. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. Off the play fake, here's Allen. Now he'll run it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
2nd down and 8. In motion, Shakir. Throwing is Allen. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Bengals out and ready to punt, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. And no chance to down this one. It carries deep into the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Now Allen. And this will be incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball, He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On second down, Allen. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to two. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and now you can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
Here's Brad Robbins now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Handoff here, up the middle. Brought down at the 21, a gain of 1. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Gesicki, the man in motion. To throw is Burrow. The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. The Bills have got it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. Flag comes in as he's forward for about 3 yards, but we'll need to check on the call. A run up the middle with Cook. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, a loose football. And this is taken in by the defense. The Bengals offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. A carry here for Brown. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Gesicki, the man in motion. 2nd down, Burrow. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
The Bills offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. To throw is Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
That's taken in by Shakir. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. On play action, Allen. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
They'll come up to third and 3. One more time going up top with Allen. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he will have a first down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. Two minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now Allen facing third and long. And that is incomplete.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Bengals offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with first and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. On first down, Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Now a second down throw for Burrow. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Unfortunately, Mike, over my career, I've been in this guy's shoes plenty of times, probably more than I wish to admit. You take your eyes off the ball. You think about becoming a runner before securing the catch, and when you do that, you end up watching the ball fall to the ground.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
On second down, here is Allen. Quick throw, taken in, and will mark him down up beyond the 30. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
As you can probably imagine, Mike, this one really burns me. I mean, man, I wish my fellow tight ends catch every ball the entire game, but to be this open and not come down with it, I'm going to have to set a reminder. Next year at TEU, we're going to have to bring out some jugs machines.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for Buffalo. The Bengals offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow now to throw on 1st down. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw. to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. The Bills offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. Now Allen on first down. He's got that complete to Knox. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
This time they stay on the ground. And he will work his way to the 32. That's enough for a first down. So we have come to halftime here at Orchard Park with the Bills out front. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. We were treated to a solid first half of football by the great quarterback, Josh Allen. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you. The snow continuing to fall as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. Well, this snow not abating at all. If anything, might be coming down a little bit harder as we are underway here in the third. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. That's Palmer, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball, and that's what he's done in this one. A first down throw for Burrow. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll bring this up to the 22. It was A.J. Epinesa who brought him down. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's complete. It's Yosivas. They get 20 on the connection. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
I really like the rhythm that this offense has found. I mean, that third down, that wasn't a layup by any means, but they made it look easy. Everybody was exactly where they needed to be. The quarterback did a nice job working through his progression, saying, okay, I understand this is zone defense. I understand where the limitations of the coverage are. I'm going to get to that spot on the field as fast as I can, deliver the ball, pick up the first down. Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get forward for a couple. Matt Milano there to stop him. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
The Bills offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Allen working from the pistol. On throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. In motion, Shakir. He'll try and run here with Cook. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Now it's Allen. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. And that'll be in and out of his hands. It's incomplete.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
And he didn't give the Gunners a chance to get down there and make a play for him. It's into the end zone and a touchback. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. On 1st and 10, Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That's brought in by the tight end, Knox.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Allen going to give it to Cook. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Slot receiver headed right. Allen on 3rd down. That one caught. It's Knox, the tight end. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. To throw is Allen. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Now a loose football. And the defense has it. Well, that changed quickly. A terrific scramble, getting downfield, picking up yardage, but then dropping the football. It comes out, and the defense comes up with the recovery.
There's not many quarterbacks in the league, Mike, that can make that play with their legs. It's just such a shame that at the end of that run, he fails to protect the ball. The defense is able to jar it loose and take it away of what otherwise was a pretty fantastic play there by that quarterback.
Receiver in motion, going right. Back to throw, Burrow. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
And I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
Second down, Burrow. This one, downfield, taken in by Higgins. And he will score. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
So now the Bengals and Burrow will come out and try to add 2. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. They try for 2, and it does not pan out.
Mike, there's not a lot of ways to break this play down other than saying you get the wide open target, you have the play you want, you're aggressive going for 2, you just got to catch the ball.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On 2nd down. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? That's Palmer, the man in motion. On 3rd down, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
The Bengals offense and T. Higgins set to take over once more. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. Now Brown. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now, Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
You don't want to make a living off of making these kind of throws, Mike. It's one thing to throw into tight coverage, but it's another thing to throw into tight double coverage. And while the quarterback gets away with one here, I don't think you want to make a living doing it.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. Second down and 3. Here's Brown. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
The Bills offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And a nice run there. He'll get 9 yards. Mark him at the 29. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Out of the gun, here's Allen. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
On 3rd down, they go with Cook. And he's going to have the 1st down, but we do have a flag on the field, and they are already walking backwards. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Allen. That's into the hands of Coleman. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
The visitors' offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Burrow now to throw on 1st down. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Burrow here on second down. He'll look underneath here for Brown. And they'll at least get that penalty yardage back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll set up a 3rd and 10.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And he got all of this one. Headed for the sideline. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw. A pass taken in by Johnson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And with a flag down, he goes down. They get him for the sack. And that flag is probably on the offense as well. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Josh Allen. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
On 1st down, it's Allen. Now a screen set up for Johnson. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll motion over Samuel. Here's Allen to throw. He'll get this out to the left flat. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he will get into the end zone. Ray Davis, touchdown Buffalo.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
That is incomplete, and the two-point conversion is unsuccessful.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Jones now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense, and Joe Burrow set to take over again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 8. Now this is going to be a disaster. I fumbled the football, but this is taken in by a teammate.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs. I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
They're all set to punt this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense, and Josh Allen head back onto the field. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. That one knocked away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Play action. It's Allen. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. To throw is Burrow. He'll find Chase. That's complete. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Burrow. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Now, Burrow. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. He'll try to run for it. And Burrow not going to take any chances. Slides to a stop after picking up the first down. They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on third down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down and some.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. On the ground, it's Brown. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Throwing is Burrow. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Allen. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly, and here comes third down. From the gun, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Bengals offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Burrow now. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On the handoff, this is Moss. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Here's 1st and 10. Another try with Moss. Flag comes in as he's forward for about 3 yards, but we'll need to check on the call. Back to throw, Burrow. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back. Second down, Burrow. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Here comes the screen to Brooks. He'll take this forward, maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. And now here comes the punt team. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Johnson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Slot man in motion right. Out of the gun, here's Allen. The 2nd down throw is incomplete. Third and 5. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Allen on 3rd down. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Bills bringing on the punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. The Bengals offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now, Burrow. He'll air one out for Higgins. That is brought in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
They'll send their tight end left. Burrow now to throw on 1st down. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
They bring Chase in motion. Burrow here on 2nd down. He'll get this complete. It's Moss. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. On the ground, this is Moss. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Bills have got it. The Bills offense make their way out to take over once more. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with excellent field position. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Looking middle, he's got it complete to Coleman. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. On the zone read, here's Johnson. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down. From the gun, Josh Allen. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Bengals have got it. Past midfield. Still on the move. Inside the 10. And he's going to rumble all the way home. Touchdown, Bengals. And a big turn of events there. This defense trying to hold off the opposition now takes the lead, Greg, by taking it to the end zone.
Yeah, and it seems like week in and week out, Mike, in this league, there's 1 or 2 plays that determine the outcome of a game. And I get the sense here in the second half, that game-changing scoop and score by this defense could very well be that play.
going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This is going to be taken in at the 3, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bills offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Slot man in motion left. Throwing now, Allen here on first down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
They face second down and 7. Here's Allen. Now, screen going to be set up for Davis. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
On third down, it's Josh Allen. And that is incomplete.
There is no worse feeling either coming back to the huddle or the sideline after a big drop. And that was a beautifully designed play, perfectly placed ball, and he just couldn't make the grab.
The Bills bringing on their punting unit. And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. They go play action for Burrow. He runs with it.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. A hit, and he has lost the football. The Bills have got it. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. A give, and here's Johnson. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Another run here with Johnson. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6. Now Allen. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Here's Allen to throw. That's brought in by the tight end, Knox. He brings it down to the 5-yard line, but now it is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Allen. That one taken in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Bills. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2. One more time going up top without. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cam Taylor-Britt.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Burrow. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
The tight end going in motion to the left. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. Throwing right, it's taken in. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's a Cincinnati 1st down. Now this looks like a design. Oh, he coughs up the football. The Bills have got it.
Every team in the league, they work on scoop and score, and they got the scoop part right. I'll tell you what, he had a lot of lead blockers out in front of him. They were trying to get their buddy into the end zone for 6, but he's going to come up just short. His offense now trots on the field on the doorstep of the goal line in prime position to come away with 6.
So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. We'll take you back to earlier and some highlights in this one. He had success throwing it, but also success running it, including that rushing touchdown. He has been the unquestioned leader of this offense on the field today. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. Tight end going in motion here. They'll run with Johnson. They'll try to push forward, but only a yard. down to the 2. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time with Johnson. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Josh Allen, touchdown Buffalo. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. Oh, no good. He missed it. That might be a big miss here in a one-score game in the 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Jones now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. The road gets a little tougher now. It's 1st and 20. They'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Yosivas. And he'll be taken down. That's a pickup of 18 and will set up a very manageable 2nd and 2.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. To throw is Burrow. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
The Bills offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. So now the Bengals use their 3rd and final timeout to get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.